Okay, so welcome to the first installment of thecountyfare.net How to Cook Stuff video series. My philosophy on food is essentially that the desirability of food depends on several factors. It's the health/nutrition, it's the taste, it's the cost, and most importantly, it's simplicity. Because we don't all have an hour to cook every meal like you see on all the other food blogs out there and all these awesome cookbooks which have wonderful recipes, but who has time for that? We're balancing kids and jobs and fixing the house and the whole deal. The stuff everybody deals with, so simplicity is very important to me. So what we're going to do is a scientific experiment whereby we determine whether I can create this awesome pancake/waffle mix in less than, let's say, 10 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll divide that over maybe the number of portions of pancakes or waffles we expect to make out of this, in an effort to show that it really only takes a small amount of time to cook actually pretty decent stuff. So first we have our handy dandy container into which we're going to pour stuff. Now you'll see this is a real kitchen. What time is it, lovely assistant?
8:37.
This is a real kitchen. There's real dishes on the counter. This is not staged other than my professional hair and makeup team. So this is hopefully just like your house. So it's 8:37. First ingredient, whole wheat flour. This stuff is not really staged, so this is sort of a simulation of what it's like in an actual house. So this one is 2.5 cups. This is a multi-grain pancake mix, which has benefits over what you would get in, say, a box of Bisquick or pre-made store-bought pancake mix. First of all, processed food is really high in sodium. Really bad for you, obviously. That's actually a bigger sodium risk than what you would normally perceive as salty food. So it's good to avoid that stuff and make your own stuff whenever you can. The salt is a main ingredient. Also, a lot of the Bisquick and store-made things contain primarily white flour, which is highly processed, highly refined. There's different fiber content, different vitamin content in some cases, and whole wheat stuff is generally much better for your blood glucose, which is important for diabetic people such as myself. Only if you'll forgive my grammar. Alright, so that's the first ingredient, 2.5 cups whole wheat flour. Then, not just because I'm a giant hypocrite, but because I am told by my lovely assistant that the white flour assists in the rising of the pancakes, we want about 1.5 cups of white flour. You'll notice I'm not doing this in a fancy mixing bowl because I'm a guy and that's how we roll. So we're going to put all this in the container, shake it up, and we're done. So white flour, done. Now, we need about 1/2 cup. I should mention with this recipe that if I can find my 1/2 cup, this is a multi-grain thing. You may not have all of these types of grains on hand. You may not care. You can substitute, simplify to the extent you wish. The one that is important is apparently the rice flour if you're going to use this as a waffle mix because it makes the waffles nice and crispy. But basically, I'll put the recipe for this in the comments below or on the blog. I'll link it there, or both. Substitute as you so desire. So 1/2 cup of corn flour. Now we need some wheat germ. And since this is a thing, as I said, of like pancake mix, presumably this is going to last you quite some time. So even though it's going to take me 10 minutes to make this, it's not really 10 minutes per time I'm making pancakes. So, you know, breakfast is always a rush time in our house, probably is for most anybody with kids. So what I'm hoping to show you is that when you do this, it really doesn't take appreciably more time than what you might be doing now. So let's go with the 1/2 cup of corn flour, carefully measured. Again, I'm a guy and I just don't care that much. Done. corn meal. We weren't kidding about the multi-grains. Done. What's next? This is the rice flour. This is the one that apparently makes your waffles nice and crunchy. I feel like I may be the only guy in the whole world who doesn't attempt to do a cooking video with all the ingredients measured out in cool little bowls. But A, I don't have little bowls because dishes, and B, who has that kind of time? All right, rye flour. Now again, there's some investment cost into this particular type of pancake mix because you're buying a number of bags of different kinds of flour. So you can substitute if money or just shopping time is an issue. That's fine. All right, now let's see. Let's go with baking powder, baking soda. How are we doing on time?
4 minutes so far.
4 minutes? Okay, if I can do this in 4 minutes. All right, we got 2 tablespoons. Is that right? The baking powder. 1. My lovely assistant is gasping. What? Oh, 2. Right. Thank you, lovely assistant. All right, we're going to go with, what is this? About 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Now, a lot of people say they don't like to cook because of the mess that they make and the time we spend doing dishes. You will note that there aren't a whole lot of dishes with this recipe. Now we need 6 tablespoons of brown sugar just to make it extra awesome. That is slightly under half of a cup. Now, if I were smarter, I would have measured this one out, but I'm not. So that could have gone better. It's about 3/8 of a cup. So I am guesstimating. Voila. Okay, this concludes the ingredient portion. How are we doing on time?
6 minutes so far.
All right. All right, if you really care, you can get a spoon or something and mix it up a little bit. You said 6 minutes?
6 minutes.
All right. So this will probably make, lovely assistant, how many batches of pancakes are we going to get out of this?
It's 1.5 cups per batch.
Okay. So that's
So
a number of batches. I mean, for 2 kids, they don't generally even they don't finish a full batch most of the time. So this is
almost 5 batches.
Yeah, probably almost 5. Maybe less if they're hungry. Now again, I will post the links, or I will rather post the recipe for this in the comments below, and I will link it on my blog. But that is multigrain pancake mix. It is completely idiot proof. I am your idiot to prove that. And cleanup is minimal. So good luck.